Welcome back to our tutorial series. In our last video, we have seen how to generate services. We have seen how to create models or classes in Angular. In this video, we are going to use material design table for our department page. Okay, so on a click of department button, what we want is we want to display table with data. So go to department.component.html. Let's just close all these open tabs. So we want to go to department.component.html, and here what we'll do is we'll just use our selector. So Control A, delete, and we'll use our selector. Which selector we want to use? Show department, right? So this is what the component we created, and we said that this is what we are going to use to display our department page. Okay, now go back to UI and let's see what we have here. If I click on department, so it says show department works. So where are we getting this from? So we are getting this from our show department component.html file. Okay, isn't it? So this is where we are getting the values from. So now what we want to do is we want to implement the material design style table in this HTML file. So there are some important imports we need to do to use those material design thing. So what we can do is let's go back to our show dep.component.ts file. So which is this, and here what we write is we will write some imports. So here I want to import, what we want to import, material table, right? Mat table data source, and where do we want this from @angular slash material. Okay, so from our previous videos, if you remember that we have installed the material design package already inside our application. So now we want to make use of that. So what you can do is just after the constructor or before the constructor, what we can do is we can declare local variables. I want to create one variable called list data, and here I want to use mat table data source, and I'll say any. Okay, I want to accept a data source of any object. And then the next thing is I want to create one more column, displayed columns. Okay, and in here I'll say it is of type string array, because it is going to display our columns in array. And under this columns, what I want is I want these fields. What are those fields? Let me just say as options. Okay, options, comma, department, department ID, comma, and again single quotation, department name. Okay, so we are going to keep these columns options, department ID, department name. Now go to showdep.component.html. So for that, here I have to come in. I'm in showdep.component.html file. So let us delete everything, whatever we have got here. So I'm deleting that. And then what you can do is you can see div style, and just say one of the style, just use one of the style, overflow colon auto. And then what you can do is you can write another div of mat table. So don't worry about don't worry about remembering all this thing. All you can do is you can go to browser, and here you can search for mat table uh, mat table angular example, and if you go there, here it will show you all the logic for that. Okay, so this is one of the, if you go to API, here it will show you you need to import this, and if you go to overview, then you can copy the things from here. Okay, and you can make use of these things. So let us just go back to our code, and here what I want to do is the thing which is we have added here is for we can have a scrollable table in if the data is more, and so we can have that for scrolling type. Okay, so now next thing what I want to do is inside this I'll create one more div. I'll say div. Inside that I've created one more div, and inside this div what I'm saying is uh, class, and then mat uh, elevation hyphen z8. Okay, so now we can have that material design table. So what I'll do is I'll say under this div, I'll say mat table, and data source, and then I'll say list data. Remember this, we have this variable we have created inside our show dep component.ts, and let's just close this. And here it is giving error because we have written wrong value. So mat table, and data source as list, and here also we have to just change it. Hopefully this should work. Press enter, and inside mat table we are going to type the header mat, and we'll say header row, and we'll say asterisk mat header row definition is equal to here we'll say displayed columns. Remember this one also we have created at the time of creating. So here again I have done a mistake, header, it is not here, area header. So just make this as header, header header, and then we'll add mat row definition, and in rows we'll take the columns and we'll take the value as display columns. So if you click on problem, it says mat table is not a known element. So for that, what we have to do is we have to properly import the mat table. So let us import it. So go to appmodule.ts, and here we need to import the mat modules, right? So to do that, what we can do is just refer the documents here. So I'll be copying this, and I'll come back to my code and I'll paste that here. So Control V. So, and after that, what I have to do is I have to include that into my imports as well. So in imports, comma, and here just type that mat table module. Okay, so our error is now gone. Let's go to our department component.html. So far everything is good here. Let's go to show here. Now we can see that. So let's go back to our page, here, let's go. If I click on department, something is coming, but we haven't used or consumed our API yet, so we have to work on the data part. So now it's time to add our columns, options, department ID, department name. So let us write that code here. So just press enter here, and our logic is written here for ng container mat container. So inside ng container we are going to write our logic. So here this is the logic which we are supposed to write. So first we have created let me just reorganize this and then we'll discuss about it. Okay, so if you can see here that inside our container, we are adding our header cells for options. So it will display option, and under option, what we want to do is we want to perform certain operation as on edit. So on edit event, I want to edit our department, and on delete, I want to delete our department. Right. So still here showing two errors. One is for mat icon. So we need to add mat icon as well. So we'll add that. Let's go back to our app module.ts, and here we want to add one more module, which is MatIconMOdule. If you just select that here, here it got added MatIconMOdule. Okay, so if I just go back to our show department component.html, on edit and on delete, we haven't tried this yet. So for time being, let's just comment it out. And we can see there is no problem here. Let's go back to our page and see what have we got. If I click on department, still nothing is coming because we haven't tried anything yet. We are just simplifying our code for options. In that we have to write something for on edit and on delete. So let us see how to do that. So let us go to show department component.ts file. So in this we have department.component.ts file. So what we'll do is we'll write on edit and on delete method. Let us see how to do that. And here we'll add the logic for on edit and on delete. So we have created one method called onEdit, and we are expecting a type of department. So it is giving error. So just click on this uh, bulb, and here it will show you just import it. And if it doesn't work, then you can just simply go and you can import directly by writing manually. Okay, from version to version of Visual Code, sometime it give you that facility to add it automatically, sometime it don't. So yeah, in that case you have to write it manually. And then we have written one more method called on delete. So at the moment we are just displaying the that in log. Let us go back to our application and see what happens. And before that, yeah, go back to here and just remove this comment, and hopefully this should work. And let's go back to our application and see is it showing anything. So if I click on department, something is happening. If I click on employee, we haven't written anything yet. So just press inspect here and just click on department, and in logs you will find something. It is giving some errors here, so we'll fix those errors. uh, okay, some NO department ID. Okay, since we have not used any services, that's why it's giving problem. So we'll stop this video here itself, and we'll continue this discussion in our next video. Until then, please take care, goodbye, and we'll see you in our next video. Thank you.